Well, we're back for another year of fantasy football. Isn't this exciting? Welcome back, everyone. As you know, this is Bennett, your fantasy football commissioner. Welcome you back to another year of fantasy football. The 2019 Forest Land Mishmash fantasy football season is here, and I'm really excited, in spite of the fact that I stand by my contention that football season starts way too early. I'm still in baseball mode, especially with the Braves being up like 8 or 9 games in the standings. And I just really wish football season would start a month later because I'm just not mentally ready. And that really reflects in my confidence level in the draft. So even though I had the number one pick and got a guy who I love, Saquon, because I like Penn State and like the Giants, and he is the overall number one player. As you know, waiting in a snake draft format, you have to wait forever to get your second and third picks. So wasn't really happy about that and leaving the draft not really confident in my team. And in spite of that, you can point out this new thing they have. If you scroll down, you start at the top. If you scroll down, they have this new fantasy final standing projections, which I sort of think is total bullshit because number one, it had me from 2 going into 1 before the season even started. And I think what the unfilled in circle is the draft day. And then the current final projection is the one that's colored in. And why they have me going from 2 to 1, I don't know. And especially why they have third and Oolong going from 1 to 7, especially since she scored the highest points in the league. So take this for what it's worth. I think it's probably bullshit, but it'll be interesting to see if the feature sort of works its bugs out and if it starts to be more accurate as the year goes on. But at the end of the day, it's really moot because here's all that matters, which is the scoreboard. So another year of Red Zone channel for me, and exciting watching watching all the games on Sunday, working around Little League, of course, and other family duties and job duties. And it was another exciting day, and a couple games came down to the 2 Monday night games. So let's start with Catonsville Cartel narrowly defeating the Somerset Stallions. A really good game. And, as always with week one, it's always difficult to know who to start. And so week one, a lot of it's just about, even if you don't get the win, just hopefully your bench looks really good and you get some clarity on who you want to play moving forward. So as you can see, Le'Veon Bell is a good example. I mean, he only had 15 points, but he looked really good, had a touchdown and a lot of yards. So that's really boding well for someone who took a year off. Of course, Josh Jacobs is one of the rookies that a lot of people were focusing on. He had a good game last night, and that was really the difference in the game because the Stallions also had someone Monday night. It was Emmanuel Sanders, who actually ended up with 19 points, but that was canceled out by 16 by Josh Jacobs, and so wasn't enough for the Stallions to overcome. But if you just look at the team itself and projecting moving forward, the way I look at it is, look, he's got 2 quarterbacks, obviously, previously top quarterbacks. We're down in the rankings this year, but I mean, if you're going to bet against Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, you're crazy, especially with Antonio Brown coming to the Patriots. You got Zeke Elliott, who didn't have any practice. You got Marlon Mack, who's very underrated, had a great day. Of course, Antonio Brown on the bench. So the Stallions got to be pretty happy with the outlook on the team, even though they did not get the win. Cartel, pretty happy as well. Obviously, they get the win. Melvin Gordon, not back, does not look like he's coming back. So that's a wasted pick. But the other team picked up the slack. And, of course, Deshaun Jackson having a rebirth, basically after years of obscurity in Tampa Bay, coming back and having 40 points on the bench. So Cartel's got the win, but if I were the Stallions, I'd be pretty confident looking forward, and it's only 1 week. The other close game is where the Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy squeaked it out against the Slim Aussies on Monday night. Slim Aussies got a ton of points from Deshaun Watson and took the lead momentarily and actually looked pretty good. Probably could have had more touchdowns, had one bad pick, and a couple other things didn't go his way. But if you saw the game, literally scored 70 two plays, 75 yards on the last drive to take the lead momentarily until or actually I forget what happened, missed the extra point, and it was tied. But regardless, for fantasy purposes, Deshaun Watson had 75 yards and a touchdown on the last two plays to give the Slim Aussies a temporary lead. And then just enough from Phillip Lindsay in the second game to get the lead. Only 40 yards rushing, but had a couple catches. And so Lindsay gets 11 points and pushes Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy over the edge for the win. Just a well-rounded team. I mean, Patrick Mahomes easily could have had more than 22 points. And then of course, you want to look at the bench, and the Slim Aussies bench is a little weak, although LaShawn McCoy could be interesting. But Josh Gordon on the bench, and Case Keenum actually had a really good game, had 32 points. Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy gets the win, and tough luck loser scoring the third or fourth highest points of the week were the Slim Aussies. In other games, I mentioned Third and Oolong, somehow ranked 7th by the automatic projections, but got 183 points over the Colon Cleansers to 142. Sorry about the slow internet. Waiting for the box scores to load up. Oh, this is great. All right. So, Third and Oolong, just look at this. Just everyone in double digits. Really, no one blew up too much. He had 30 points from Wentz and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was a monster. He looks like he's going to be a great pick. Julian Edelman just didn't need that many points, but he had 15. So just well-rounded all the way up and down the lineup for Third and Oolong, and it all adds up to 183 points. And Matthew Stafford on the bench, so they're looking deep in the quarterback category. Colon Cleansers definitely disappointing. Odell Beckham, and of course Mike Evans with 4 points. Who knew? Meanwhile, Sammy Watson had 49 points, and I don't know if that would have been enough. 49, 45 points. Would that have gotten her there? Quick math. It would have. So. Can't really blame. That's just a little tough luck. But having Sammy Watkins would have been the difference over Mike Evans. But can't really blame the Cleansers for that. So Third and Oolong scores the most points. A quick shout out to Graceland, who I think scored the second most points. They had all their points by like 3:00 on Sunday. Again, with the slow internet. They defeat the Travelers 180 to 143. And I don't have it memorized, so we'll have to see. Oh God, this is killing me, internet. Come on, there we go. Okay, 180 points. Only 10 from Baker Mayfield, but how about Lamar Jackson with 39? McCaffrey was just a beast, 43 points. And T.Y. Hilton, the Colts, had a nice comeback. They were down big for a while. So in spite of Mayfield only getting 10 points and Tyreek Hill getting hurt, they get 180 points and almost have the high score of the week. So Graceland's looking pretty good. The Travelers, a little bit of everything, but just too many in the low double digits. No one really blew up on the bench. So just not a great scoring day for the Travelers. They fall to Graceland. And then we've got one other game, which is going to come up in a second. So where is it? First down order. So show me your TDs, the most disappointing of the week, only 105 points. First down order, not the most points, but definitely respectable. And they were headed by, oh my God, this is killing me with the internet. Come on, internet. High production value here over at the conference room at Keller Williams. We spare no expense to bring you the best. So, 23 points from Drew Brees. I think they had like a field goal at the half. So that was great. Kyler Murray, same thing, did nothing for 3 quarters, came up big later. Joe Mixon got hurt. It'll be interesting to see how hurt he is. And DeAndre Hopkins was great. Obviously, I had Deshaun Watson, so I know very well that 2 of the touchdowns were to Hopkins. And this guy, Tyrell Williams, never heard of him, but really good game for Oakland, who, in spite of losing Antonio Brown, actually won last night. I saw the score this morning, was pretty impressed. So nice little victory for first down order. And that's it for the games. I don't really need to go over the standings because it's one game, but it's really about who scored the most points. And a couple tough luck losers, myself included. I think I was the highest point total of all the losers. So that's it for your week one update. As always, I'll try to do it every week. And good luck to everyone. Some of you have paid through Venmo, so you're finally learning. Anyone who hasn't paid, Venmo's the way to go. You can also do it through the Bank of America app, or if you want to be old school and do a check, do that. I'll post my address. But thanks for watching, everyone, and good luck in week two.